What is Amat's notebook? He's not kidding. I have experienced it, replied the Teng girl. Must be Amat's notebook. Polly close voice with Teng girl. Tenger, don't auction any more. Give it to the 4 princes. What is it? Tang girl staring at Polly. Polly now continues to help the prince to the throne. The prince in his hands. The world will remember Lord Tenverse's grace. At least he'll be a great earl. Earl Tangirl pretends to be bored. He crossed his arms in front of his chest, shaking his head, answering Bully Tutu. There's no way. I've given you all the news. If I don't auction, my reputation will be ruined. At this point, his eyes lit up. Like this, I have reported before. I'd like to go back and prepare, Mr. Polly. Please, just be here. Then Tango turned and left. The whole person exudes danger. Serious reflection. I can't believe Polly is the man of the 4 princes. Then he ordered his subordinates. You guys, let's spread the word about Amat's notebook. I want it to be LAN spread throughout the country before tomorrow's auction. Mr. Tiger's letter is now at the knife inn. 3 dots are appearing in the wind. He's bored. Surprise, look at the food in front of you. Oh my God. This is the best food in the hotel. Of USAO. 2 really don't know how to feed this dish anymore. The waiter in the inn politely replied. Yes, sir. Liu Feng Tong. Stop bringing it down. You don't have to bring food later. But we'll still pay for the rice. Yes, the waiter replied. Nicola couldn't find anything on the table. Also speak up. Young master, we should still make our own food. After listening to the wind, came up with an idea. His eyes glowed, and he hurriedly gave his attention. Let's cook the noodles. I remember bringing some instant noodles here. Oh, I can't believe the smell. Brilliant red-yellow broth. Blend with the smooth yellow grease. The golden noodles are crisp and crisp. Almost point. On top of the 8 noodles are soft pink beef patties. Fresh, delicious. With some fragrant curries that smell like roasted smoke. Some fresh green lettuce. I can't describe it yet. Mina and Nicola had all 8 noodles on their backs. When you look at this scene, you must speak up. Eat slowly in the pot, there are still many. No one will eat all of you. He thought in his head. I can't believe they loved it so much. That's right. When I was on Earth, I was addicted. Nicola blurted out. Master, this pasta is both delicious and convenient. Unpack noodles raw. Boiling water is already 8 fragrant noodles. We can try to sell it later. It will definitely be loved. She's getting more and more attentive to you. After returning, I'm going to teach you how to get 8 delicious noodles. Then recruit workers to make raw that sell. Yes, master. Liu Feng continued. Been on the boat so long. You must be tired too. Come over here and get some rest. He pointed to the short carpet. Blunt a piece of white on the bed. You go on. It's too dirty. Carpet is not enough. We can only put 3 people together. Nicola replied with a red face. Not like this. This doesn't seem so good. Not really. Master and Mina rest first. I'm going to pick up 8 chopsticks. Mina interrupted. It's not too late to finish sleeping and clean up the 8 chopsticks. Take a break, Nicola replied shyly. The whistle just finished. 3 people hugged each other on the tight carpet. Everyone is tired. So sleep seems so good sleep. I was sleeping when suddenly the toilet knocked on the door. The young master's department. The wolf investigation team is back. Agu had just fallen asleep and had to wake up. 3 people with eyes closed open yawn. The guard replied. Come in, guards. Please come into the room. Stand still and report everything. Sir, all the news. The intelligence has been gathered here. Liu Feng said, tell me the news of the gods first. Yes, Lord. Everybody outside is talking now. The God of Heaven is auctioned. This time it's a book. It's called the Amat Notebook. Save your face and ask again. What is a fad notebook? Lord. Please continue. It's said to be a great horseman named Amat. I went into the Forbidden Mountains and searched for the God of Heaven. He recorded what he saw. And what I heard, 3 years later. It is also the notebook of Amos Now Hung. Put your hand on your chin, thinking incredulously. Ask people. Everyone knows this heavenly legend. Is there a schedule? Nico Lai quickly replied. My father and I have always been in the Atlantic. I don't understand these things, Mina replied. I know a little bit. When I was a child, my mother told me, God of Heaven. He has appeared several times in the world. A lot of people see a very big mountain. Up in the distant sky. Up there, blue sky, white clouds, yellow sun. There are many giant white birds. Waving my wings again, Nicola type U is heaven. It's hard to explain why. I still have a cup of tea. Doubt in my head. The mountain's peak appeared in the distant sky. Why do you know me? The guards also continued the conversation. I've heard fairies talk about it. He said, I have seen the God of Heaven appear. Is also the image of a great mountain appearing in the sky. It's like discovering something right now. What is the illusion? What is the illusion? Mina saw that and asked the young man what was the SAO. Maybe you know about the angel kingdom. Save the wind from the heroic answer. If I'm not wrong, the mountain in the sky is real. But the legend of the kingdom of heaven is false. It's just a normal mountain peak. Haha. Hey, you know what? You're freaking out. Why does a mountain peak appear in the sky? Only God can do this. Still free to sip a cup of tea. He laughed back at the heroic nun. I'm going to say what I think. I can't explain it to everyone here. Understand, it's a natural phenomenon. It's caused by light being bent and refracted. Nicola saw this expression of Liu Feng. 2 hands clasped in front of the chest, looking steady. Young master, I believe you. Mina also put her hands in front of her chest and said firmly, I also believe that you can laugh out loud. Why are you so reluctant to hear these words? He turned around and asked for access to the bathroom. Let's leave the angel kingdom aside for now. Have you explored the rules of the auction? You need to clean up. Sir, it has been probed. The auction will be divided into 2 parts. The first part, it is the owner of the city. Supply of auction items. It's for everyone to auction. The second part is personal. The participants of the auction offer items. Then people put it up for auction. The owner will provide the yard for people to use. I want to auction what I brought. Just give the owner some money. It's okay. The baby continues to speak slowly and clearly. About this second part. Sir, auction assembly will not be responsible for the false facts of the auction item. The buyer is responsible for the damage. 7. When the auction unfortunately must be counterfeit. Finally, every year, there will be some people. They put poor quality items up for auction. How many people can be fooled? After listening, put the cup of tea on the table. Sighed a refreshing breath, saying, Rules of the second division in this auction. It's just right for us. No need to reveal your identity. You can earn a large amount. It's more interesting. I thought of a good way. You can sell wine at a higher price. Heroes, everyone, go and disguise yourselves. Don't be here complaining about me. Hurry up. At this time, Liu's guards urged each other. There are many magical methods of the owner. Don't forget. Our mission is for today. I have to tell you about wine. Clear, let's go. Guard, give orders to everyone. Climb through the window. Be careful not to let it out. This time, the guard in the form of a man of the wall. Push the door to the dining room. Step in. I heard the soldiers drinking beer. We just talked. A soldier said. Did you hear that? At this auction, there will be an Amat book. That's about to happen. No, replied the soldier sitting across from him. Tomorrow night, even if that noble's auction is over, then there's nothing good about it. I hope you don't make it too big. Until then, we're going out to clean up the mess. That's right. That's right. Hello. Liu Feng's bodyguard was now disguised. The person behind you comes in. I'm happy and happy. Greet the soldiers in a Western accent. Clown lot 2 knights, the lower. Can I ask you something about this? The 2 horsemen turned to look at the disguised guards. Who are you? The 2 riders asked. The guard put some gold coins on the table. Look pompous. The guard told me they were Graham. I just heard you 2 talking about the Amat book. Don't worry, I have no ill will. See the gold coins on the table. It's so prestigious. I just want to ask you something. Both of you, sit down. What's a soldier shouting about? The guard laughed and replied slowly. It is also related to the kingdom of heaven. Lord of my house, I heard that there is an item in the back. His name is Heaven. The other soldier was about to interrupt, but the guards won't let him talk. You go on. If you 2 knew about the kingdom of heaven, my father gave me a lot of money to buy. Intelligence news. There is also an item of the kingdom of heaven. The 2 knights swivel and pretend. You don't know. Sorry, please forgive me for disturbing you both. A soldier rushed forward to stop him. This Graham. Don't go in a hurry and have a drink. I invited guests. Right now, both knights came forward to shoulder the captain and his bodyguard. One man continued. That's right, items related to the kingdom of heaven. What do you mean? Can you disclose it to us? I promise my honor will keep it a secret for you. Say go that Graham day. The bodyguard was tired of these 2 men clinging to her shoulders. You've been talking. But you two remember to keep it a secret. Don't reveal even a little bit. Absolutely sure, Mr. Graham. The guard at this moment acted hesitantly, not wanting to talk. The knight hurriedly urged the new guard for one. You say this because I have it. Listen to our master talk about. He knows a news that has a special channel source. There's someone with 3 bottles of wine. It was discovered in the kingdom of heaven, in the city behind. Keep it down. I heard that wine bottle is made of black wine glass. The wine inside is blood red. The 2 knights listened intently. 2 people, they're imagining the mystery of 3 bottles of wine. Finished listening to the story, the 2 riders hurried back to the back. At the court of the Earl Tang girl, he hurried up. The Count told the story the 2 of them had heard. From a place of exile, the Count Tenger was amazed at what the wine was. The rider replied, Yes, Lord. Now, the news of the wine god has been transmitted all over the city. Earl Ten Girl now aesthetic. Buying the Amat book. That's what the organization wants us to do. After this is over, it is also possible that I will become a duke. News of the wine god out. Remember the people to raise doubts about the book's falsity. It's about the book dropping in value. Hero blob. Ten Girl slammed her hands down the table. He likes to scream. Obnoxious. Who the hell dares to dominate me? Hurry up with more troops. Patrol in the inner city and the work of. The guards of the gate saw anyone who looked suspicious. Immediately arrest the one who propagated the spirit wine. Don't affect the auction. Listen carefully. Let us investigate carefully who we are. Is who's behind the spread of this news? If you can bring it back, tell me. I want to see who is brave. Dare to spread the news in the territory that we kai. Yes, the knight replied. After the rider left, Count Tenger silently, so tense that sweat is pouring down. He thought silently. Hope that it will not affect your plans. Or at the same time in the old town. The deacon covered himself in a red robe. He told the bartender. Wine god. It was from a group of traders. The man who waved the wine answered the deacon correctly. After our people sneaked Theo. That person's movements are very fast. He is very experienced. We've finally left them behind. The grumpy deacon. You can't even go Theo. Maybe it's the wrong hands of the Black Hawks. The man calmly replied. The deacon, ha. It's not like the Black Hawk Tail organization. Their movements are faster, more sinister. Some people have been killed by them. The deacon fell into meditation, holding a glass of wine and thinking. Maybe the wine is real. Someone has found the angel kingdom. No, that's impossible. Why did the angel kingdom take hundreds of years? Without finding out, it was so easy for people to see. The deacon's name. Keep watch over the gate. If you see a suspicious person, arrest Joe. I'll tell the 10 girls to coordinate. Yes, sir. At this time at the hotel of the knife edge of the wall. I need to clean up. The communication efficiency is very good. People outside the city today were all talking about wine. Save the wind. Very well done. And one more thing. There is one thing about being a boss. We were raided last night, sir. How worried are you that no one gets hurt? Please reply. There are not many people of the enemy. Ask a question, please answer. It's not a bunch of people in black. Their bodies are very good. I want to know about the wine. But we're finally far behind. Save the feeling of praise. Good job. As the enemy can have that kind of reaction speed, then surely the background is not simple. Don't turn the boat in the sewer. Answer yes, I will tell you below. As a master, there is one more thing. The knights in the city arrested a few people today. We often talk about wine. Want to control the rumors? Do we need to take any action? Calmly replied Liu Feng. The news has gone out. Won't settle so easily. Put your hands together at the right time, hero. It's more important than tonight. There will be violence at the end of the auction tonight. Mina is on a mission. I've been paying attention to the people outside the auction. What's next for her? Let's send a few more helpers. Let us retreat outside the city. Yes, sir. The next night at the auction house, Count Tenger welcomed all the nobles. Welcome, you've all been in full attendance at this auction. I just finished talking to everyone in the room. They all looked back at the big hall door. A free hand, the likeness of a certain banished lady, is softly entering the hall. A high prince. Hand in hand, a beautiful princess is standing at the front door. Everybody's wondering. This person, he is not a prince of any country. You're so gorgeous. Even the knight's armor gave off light. That's cool. Some people continue to talk all over the room. Of course, he is also the heir of the noble. The atmosphere is so noble. The lady next door is beautiful. Maybe even a princess should. People around you are constantly talking excitedly. It all gives way to the two of you. Unknown Kier calendar move in. In the auction hall the air was buzzing. Formal. Earl Tang Girl very solemnly greet everyone. Hello, I'm the Earl Tang Girl, the owner of this city. Some people down there say hello. Hi, you're the one who started this auction. I didn't expect any guests to come. It really makes the people here raise their eyebrows. At this time, the noble Prince Kier spoke up. While traveling, randomly passing through here, I heard there's an Amat notebook from the Kingdom of Heaven. So it's convenient to drop by. I hope it's not a lie. The banished lady you are still wearing. Big laughing boy. Ha 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 ha, Earl Tenger spoke up hastily. How can that be? He whispered, waving his hand. This heir, he is the prince of some kingdom. The count rushed towards the prince. Sweet flattery said. Guest, please follow me. There are chairs on this side waiting for you. Then she took the Tanger and led the two princes. The noble lady walked into a room. It looks gorgeous. This lady is no different. It's because of the wind and Nicola pretending to be. At the same time in a corner of the hall. Mina in black wings. You wear a mask to do your job. She didn't notice that her hand touching the wooden box made a noise. At the same time, on the opposite side of the wall, she discovered someone else. He also saw Mina. She holds the sword in her hand. Prepare to attack the enemy. When I saw Mina, I thought, someone came before me. I would like to investigate the wine god like me. If you act with her now, the auction will be affected. He stared at Mina thinking, just wait. If she's going to interfere with her plan, it is not too late to act. Mina at this time, hand 5 turned into a sword she often thought. The young man once said, this time my job is to sell wine. Hand out arbitrarily. It is likely to undermine the young master's plan. When you finish, drop the sword. Back to the hall, where the VIP seats that Liu Feng is sitting. Polly was in a hurry. He said sorry. It's late. Polly wiped his sweat and gasped for advice. Excuse me, sir. I can't wait for a reply. The monk stood up and said hello. Your Highness, right? I'm the Count of Polly. I can't believe Count Tenger could have invited me. A character as big as you, come to this auction. I don't care to drop a hello. Nicola, sitting next to him, was also smiling, because I couldn't resist the expression of Polly. Suddenly, I thought out. Maybe this is Count Polly? He is the father of Baroness. It's in my mind. Nicola covered her mouth with a smile. You're a bad boy. People call you a prince. To give such enthusiasm. But the prince calmly replied softly. People are like that, Nicola said while laughing. At this time, the hall stage suddenly lit up brightly. On the stage was the Earl Ten girl, and he proudly said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You guys participated in today's auction. So today's auction. Permission to start. Everybody down there clapping the fence. The Tang girl continues. Please, gentlemen, noble lord, take a look at our first auction item. Please respect Theo. This is a knight's sword forged by a blacksmith. Dwarves from the far north made raw. Now there's a 100-year history. Is a very good Buddha. The starting price is 30 pieces. Just finished, and everyone down the hall soared. I'm a dwarf blacksmith. It's 31 pieces of silver. I'm $40 here. No one's asking for more. Yes, declared Count Tenger. If you don't give more, this sword belongs to you. 40 silver coins for delivery of the next item. Continue, the next item is. While the Earl Tenger, above, consistently launched items, all of you below, still give the price and place an order. Then the wind below yawns up and down. When the king saw that, he asked the prince, Your Highness, the prince, maybe there's no stuff here. It makes you interested. Liu Feng smiled and replied, things in the Atlantic are better than here. Watch the auction this time. It's just for the nobles. I don't have much money. Polly heard the kind of surprise he used to think. People with eyes look at this. He is not a prince of a small country. It can be. Maybe it's the big eastern country. On the stage, through a long line of items. At this time, the Earl Tang girl boldly announced, we have the last auction today. May I introduce the Amat book? Said Tango and held up the dark red notebook raw. For everyone to see. He continued, you all know the book so well, right? We will no longer reveal its origin. I know a lot of doubters about the falsity of this book. To prove today, I'm going to read a page in the notebook. Let everyone hear it. The bottom of the hall began to howl. A stripping 10 girl on stage starts reading. Today is our 170th day to find Mount Olympus. We've found the magic of the 5-colored lake. There is absolutely no one to believe. A lake of 5 colors. The top half of the lake is jasper green. Tango continues to read. The lake's water is orange-red. On the left is blue. On the right is blue, and in the middle is yellow. Keep your eyes out. It's all a 5-colored lake of vibrant colors. Every lake is not the same. I decided to stay here one night. It will continue tomorrow. I have a feeling that I am very close to God. Everyone down in the hall swooshed up. Oh my God, there could be such a lake. It is the place where the Holy Spirit bathed Sao. The others also talked. It's unimaginable. Maybe what's written in the notebook is true. Some other nobles also Chen said. This must be a real notebook. Sitting in the VIP row fell into thought. The 5-colored lake. Causes such as topography, temperature, refraction can cause this phenomenon. It's just that. It's just a talent of nature. I think on. People in this era are superstitious. Everything brings the gods in. On the stage, Count Tenger hurriedly rolled up his notebook. He finished listening to the contents of this page. Is the book real or not? Please judge for yourself. Now we're going to offer a starting price. The starting price of this Amat notebook is $300. Immediately under the hall, 500 money. 700 pieces of silver. I'll give you 800 pieces. Everyone is fighting for the price to get this Amos book. Only the prince sat in silence. The woman saw that and asked, Your Highness is not asking. When he asked, he thought, if this prince comes out, the money in my hand, it's not likely to be enough to auction this book off. The hall continues to riot. 900 money. 950 banknotes now slowly answer Curly. I just feel interested. The trip out this time. Not much money. So I'm not going to participate in this auction. Bad guy Polly happy whisper, so I put out the hand here. Your Honor, sir. Count Polly stood up and shouted. I'm going to bid $1,300 to auction this book. All the room was silent. 01 AI spoke up. Count Tanger on stage shouting $1,300. There is also an AI price increase 1,300 times 1. 1.3 times 2, 1.3 times 3 successful trades. Congratulations to Count Polly on getting the book. Amat hero. Polly told everyone to get out of the way. He is royal. Go up to the stage to get the book. Everyone sitting under the AI is whispering. These bastards have absolutely no kindness. Tonight. Maybe we'll see some bloodshed tonight. Polly, who had the Amos book, thought to himself. Just thinking and nodding. We have to leave by boat tomorrow morning. Give this to the prince. Stay in this city. It's not very safe. Hung hung. On the stage, the Count 10 girl speaks loudly. The first dry taste of today's auction. It's over. The rest of the time is free auction. You're welcome to play. Withdraw words. The light candles in the room went out. The room suddenly became dark. Everybody's panicking. What's going on? What's going on? The guards did not protect the Earl. Polly, in the dark, panicked. Protect me and the book. He kept looking around, shivering, clutching his notebook. And the wind is soft and smiling. Boom, boom. Mina appeared on the stage in her full of mystery. She said down below, "Ladies and gentlemen, I come from heaven with no ill will." Everyone below looked at each other. Mina continued, "I just came here today because I want to sell this wine." Just said. She just slowly put 3 bottles of wine out front. Mina wears a full mask. Put the bottle on the table. People sitting under the noise talking excitedly. A questioner. "If you say that wine is goddess wine, it is goddess wine. I know if you're a fraud." And someone else agrees that's right. "Unless you let us taste it, we will believe it." Man watching Mina from outside. See the picture like that, suddenly mixed with regret. He thought the wine was on her. The fairies are the organization of the fairies. As soon as I knew that, I was already working. Mina saw that everyone was suspicious and agreed to speak. Taste it, of course. She slowly opened the bottle, and the mysterious voice spoke. "It's just that the only person who can auction this magic wine. They deserve to be tasted." Mina just poured out the wine. A wave of water as red as blood. Out of the wine bottle. The child boisterous into the transparent glass placed on the table. Everyone in the auction hall. To see this scene. AI's eyes are as bright as the following. Everyone is full of wonder. The color is so beautiful. Count Tanger foot job. This cup glows through. It's rare. Wine as jade. It is likely to come from the true God kingdom. The Earl's eyes widened in wonder. I am determined to get this item. That people down there still don't trust very much. Someone raised their hand and asked what was special about this wine. Mina explained that this alcohol can calm the brain. It can heal physically and mentally. The most important thing is. Mina paused for a moment and shook her glass of wine slightly. It can fight old age. Extended service life. Bus-stripping Tanger pupils' concussion thought. May be able to resist old age. The other nobles were also astonished and shouted with their mouths open. It's impossible. Another sees the person next to him not believing. Point to the wine. Look at the color of the wine. People are talking excitedly. The use of this bottle. Mina held up the glass of wine and shouted. The starting price is 300 pieces. Earl raises girl hands up at auction, says 400 money. Another shouted for years 50. The wind is sitting above. I see people so enthusiastic. Then raise your hand and answer 600. On his face was a peaceful protest. It's like a very small amount of money. The Count heard later. My face is angry and says nothing. After a moment's thought, he raised his hand and screamed. 700 cash. The whole hall heard that. They all woke up in amazement. It's not a small amount of money. In their hearts, they felt that the Earl was willing to play. The owner's voice boomed out at the auction. 700 money traded successfully. Bus stripping happily go to the stands. Receiving wine bottles and wine glasses from West Mina. Open the voice of self-triumph. 2 bottles of wine cost $700. I am sure there is no higher price. Mina thinks that selling anywhere is selling at a high price. I can nod my head.